Pirate Nation, purple and gold family, stand to your feet, put your crossbones up, and lean side to side, yeah, and lean side to side, yeah, and lean side to side, come on, yeah, welcome to the island, man, it's crazy in here, a whole sea of purple and gold waving in here, keep a plank on the shark tank, traders beware, because we got a whole bunch of rowdy sailors in here.
Welcome into the halftime reports. The Pirates 17 and the Cougs 17, BYU. And guys, we're going to do a quick halftime report. What's up, Kyle?
Not much. Exciting ball game. Got to quit making mistakes on defense and on special teams. Offense playing well, 17-all. I think we can win it, but we're going to have to not make mistakes in the second half.
Yeah, no doubt. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, I think we were bringing pressure early in the game on defense. BYU was trying to establish the run. Then later, as the half went on, they really tried to spread us out a little bit. So we went into more of a coverage scheme. And unfortunately, the quarterback picked us apart a little bit on the quarterback draw. So we just need to be aware of that here in the second half. But, hey, we're in good shape with a chance to get a win.
And, Bubba, you need to have a spy on that quarterback, right?
Yeah, well, kind of going back to BYU's commitment to running the football, you know, they hurt us at least probably 4 or 5 times with zone plays and then cutting it back. And, you know, there early, you know, offensively, we put ourselves behind the chains with the bad snap and wasted our first possession, having that 2nd and 19. But then, you know, to our defense's credit, they forced a field goal, and then we came out and put a drive together. And, you know, offensively, we've been able to do, you know, largely what we've wanted to do. We did have the 1st and goal at the 5 where we ran it with Keaton, outside run, I believe, on 1st down, and then ran maybe it's an outside run to the left side on 2nd down. I would have liked to possibly seen a play action on one of those two, but otherwise, I think we're doing largely what we want to do offensively. And then I love the quarterback power on the 3rd and 1 foot there right at the end of the half. But, you know, you look at it, like we've already mentioned, it's just largely self-inflicted stuff on bad snap, on the drop on 3rd and 2 by the running back. And, you know, you have a fumble if you're not offsides. And then you have the near short field on the near interception there by Xavier Smith, unable to hang on to it, and then they convert a 3rd and 10, end up scoring. So, yeah, just need to take advantage of our opportunities. But all in all, not a bad half. How about Malik Fleming? You know, sooner or later, he's going to bust one. But he's got to make smarter decisions there, know where you're on the field. It's a tremendous punt. And you got to know where you are instead of trying to catch the ball at the 2-yard line or whatever it was.
Yeah, he should have just let it go in the end zone. Fleming wants to make a play, and it's like you mentioned, at some point he's going to break one. But you got to know when to hold him and know when to fold him. Just the hell away from him, let it go in the end zone, take it at 20. And,
yeah, you got to take what they give you, and that was not the – and now, Matt, as far as the defense is concerned, I just get a feeling in the second half that we're going to shut them down on offense. I feel better about this.
Based on what, Dave?
I think our strength and conditioning. I think we're going to be based on the season. It seems like with teams, I know BYU is a good team, but I just have a feeling that because if you take those mistakes away, the defense has played better. So
we need to force a turnover. Yeah, I think that's what we really need to do on defense is force a turnover.
Offense, that's all sides that killed us.
Yeah. I'll tell you guys, a lot of the mistakes I see on defense right now are we look so amped up for this game. We just need to relax a little bit and just tackle. A lot of missed tackles. Number 10, I don't like to mention names, but our middle linebacker has been missing tackles all year. He's got to play better. And, you know, some of these missed tackles right now are really hurting us. And we're not going to be able to get away with that tonight. So just settle down a little bit defensively. You know, let's settle in. We're rotating a lot of guys, which is good in this mountain air. But just settle in and let's tackle.
Yeah, we have the opportunities there. The guys are amped up because they know this is a big stage, national TV. Everybody's watching. You know, this is 1 or 2 college football games on tonight. The other one's FIU and Louisiana Tech on CBS Sports Networks. They're all all the college football world is watching this game. This is the premier game tonight, and it's a prime opportunity for us to get a big win. BYU's a name brand opponent. It's a big stage, and I think you're right, Matt. I think the guys are amped up, and that's part of the problem on defense. You just need to play within themselves. And I think on offense, we just need to keep doing what we're doing. How about the backyard play by Holton to CJ there on?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That I don't know if I want him to do that too often, but that could have been a disastrous play. But CJ was aware, and I didn't like anything that was called. It looked like it was improvisation, and it worked.
Yeah, guys, I'd really like to see Andre Ware to, give us a little more credit, Andre. I mean, I'm a big fan of Andre Ware, but, we match up just fine with BYU. So I'd like to see a little bit more, a little less of that talk.
Yeah, we got to stop them on third down. They're killing us on third down, and I think Robert alluded to that.
Yeah, good point. Third down has been dreadful tonight. We got to get off the field on third down. In fact, I would think that's a big point of emphasis right now at halftime is getting off the damn field on third down. I mean, you get them where you want to, and then you give a play on third down, and you got to watch that quarterback on third down running the ball. I don't, like you said, put a spy on him. You can't really bring a safety up because he can throw it too well. So you got to do something to make sure that quarterback don't beat us pulling it down and running it on third down.
And like Robert Dedrick said, thank the Lord that CJ's not hurt after a scare there early.
He looks a hair slow to me. And I'm with you. Thankfully, he's not injured bad. But is it just me, or does he look a hair slow?
I think so too, Kyle. I did observe that. I think he's a little banged up.
Yep.
And then talking about receiver play, we got Zay involved frequently early, and he had at least 3 or 4 receptions. And then how about Josiah Hatfield? His biggest play, of the year, 52 yards. And then Chance Bates, Jeremy Lewis, Julius Wood, Chad Stevens. We're laying the wood to people, but I'll tell you what, that roughing the passer call, that was ticky tack. And then on the punt return, that uncalled late hit on our sideline. What in the world? That was at least 2 yards out of bounds.
Hey Matt, I was going nuts on the roughing the passer, and then on that late hit. I mean, how many yards do you have to be out of bounds? That was blatantly.
And somebody needs to remind these officials. So these are American officials, by the way, calling this game. And somebody.
No wonder.
Somebody needs to remind them that BYU is not in the American.
Yep. And guys, I can think of at least 3 occasions this year with that same play on a punt return or a similar type play where we get hit out of bounds and we're just not getting those calls.
Yeah.
Navy, Matt, Navy. Remember?
And coming into this game, we had heard about BYU's run defense in the last 3 games against Notre Dame, Arkansas, and then also Liberty. They were giving up 270 to 75 yards per game on the ground, like 205 or 6 for the season. And then tonight, you see in the first half, I think Keaton has something like 10 for 106.
Yep.
And then you've got Marlon Gunn involved a little bit as well.
At some point, I'm calling it now in the second half, and Holton had a couple of big runs already. But at some point, they're gonna fake it to Keaton, and Holton's gonna pull it and bust a long one for a touchdown. I'm gonna call that now.
All right,
because they're going. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, they're going to be on Keaton, and I don't know if they can stop him. They can stop him in the red zone because things get smaller down there, but and their size can play to an advantage. Keaton can't get in open space. Big part right now is coming out in the second half, going to stop on first drive. You don't want to be chasing all night. If you can get the stop on the first drive, come back down and take the lead, and then make BYU chase you. That's what you want on the road. You don't want to be chasing all night on the road.
No doubt.
Because you don't want to ever get in a position where you get down 2 scores, because then it becomes a tall task.
And guys,
right now we're holding serve, but we at worst we need to hold it to a field goal in this first possession.
No, I agree. And also, guys, remember, protect the football. Every game that we haven't had a turnover, we win. When we've had turnovers, we lose. That's the difference. We're 5-0 when we don't have a turnover, 0-3 when we do. So that'll be a key factor in the second half. We'll see if we can protect the football.
Yeah. And a couple other things I was going to point out defensively, going back to kind of the self-inflicted wounds down in the red zone. and this is more just the first play that I'm gonna reference on when we had the coverage bust, where we had the two deep safety look, and then the corner clearly thought he had safety help and did not. Where Puka Nacua was wide open. I believe it's a wheel route in the corner of the end zone, and then the other time, where I'm trying to remember the down and distance, but when they hit the run for the touchdown, where they lined up in a 2-by-2 set and motioned the slot receiver, and then Miles Berry went with him, and then we brought boundary pressure with Jair Wilson, and he kind of basically ran himself out of the play, and then they got a good block on Malik Fleming, and it was to the house.
Yeah, that was a good play call and a well-executed play by BYU on that particular touchdown run you're talking about.
That makes me that looked like a play and looked like a situation where with that situation, it was something that they had seen on film, and if they line up in this set in this situation and they motion, and they're going to get this, and it's going to be make one guy miss or it's to the house.
Yeah, you could tell that was a well-executed play on their part. So credit to BYU on that one. But their quarterback, we knew he was mobile. He's been banged up. He appears to be healthy tonight. What we got to do is start getting some hits on him. We got to start making him think about those runs. When he does pull it down and run it, we got to knock the shit out of him. I mean, we can't just, we got to make him not want to run it, because, like I said, he's been banged up and he's back to 100%, and he's shown tonight with his legs.
Yeah, guys, and I think this first possession of the second half here is a big one. If we can come out here, get a 3-and-out, any type of stop will do. But if we could get a 3-and-out and try to flip the field here and take the lead, this is a big defensive possession here coming out of halftime.
Yeah, I agree, man. That's what I was just saying. At worst, you got to hold them to a field goal. That's absolute worst.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Craig Doucette was chiming in with on Facebook, just saying we need to come out in the second half and break their spirit. The mistakes that we're making are keeping them in the game and giving them confidence, and we should be in full control of this game.
No doubt about it.
I still say it's going to come down to a field goal, guys. I called it before the game, and I'm going to call it again. That's coming down to a field goal. I hope everybody took their heart pills.
All right, we'll see how it turns out. So the second half coming up. Guys, thank you so much. And don't forget our Pirate Playback, brought to you by L&K Custom Homes. That's on Sunday night. So join us for that. Until next time, hey, let's hope we get a win. We'll go Pirates.
Go Pirates.
I'm a pirate down to my soul, and I don't back down, not at all. Find out when the cannons explode, from the sidelines down to the post. Put it down like not even close, all out to the last whistle blow. Put the flag with the soul and crossbones. Everybody stand up, get your hands up, let the team know that we got they back. This is our house, this is our town, our time, everyone not copy that. Everybody in the stands go bananas, scream loud, but they don't hold back. Every foot, every yard, every first down, every touchdown with the cannons blast.